George Russell has arguably had the toughest start to a season in his Formula One career. Just seconds after starting the Belgian Grand Prix, his race came to an abrupt end. On the first lap, going into turn 5, going on the outside of Hamilton, both cars touched, and he spun out into the gravel, and his race from that point on was over. Asked how he planned to process it, he simply said, "I don't know what to say." No words at the moment? Yeah, reportedly holding back tears. This is the reaction of a driver who feels the championship, from this point on, is practically over. One too many untimely mistakes, and things outside of his control have caused his championship dreams to slip away. Here's what's happened this season so far. Russell came into 2026 as the favourite. Not the sentimental pick, the actual favourite, a Mercedes driver with 3 full seasons in the car, going up against a rookie teammate in Kimi Antonelli. On paper, the experience gap should have counted for something. Instead, Antonelli won races almost immediately, and by the time the paddock got to Monaco, the gap between the two Mercedes drivers had ballooned to 68 points. Not a bad weekend, 68 points, with more than half the season still to run. Then Russell actually started clawing it back. He won in Austria. He backed it up with a strong result at Silverstone, while Antonelli, for once, had the kind of weekend Russell had been having all year, dropping out of the points entirely with damage to his car. Over those few rounds, the deficit came down from 68 to 25. That's the version of Russell people expected in March. Patient, quick, chipping away at a lead that looked unbeatable a month earlier. Belgium was supposed to be the next step. Instead, it undid almost all of it in one afternoon. Practice already had a warning sign in it. In the final session at Spa, Russell finished 1.2 seconds off Antonelli's pace, a distance that's hard to explain away as a rough session. You could hear him trying to talk himself through it on the radio. The rear tyres felt too cold, and I was sliding around a lot, but not 1.2 seconds cold. He knew, even as he said it, that tyre temperature wasn't the real answer. By qualifying, Antonelli had pole. Russell was half a second back in fourth. And this was the part that made it harder to explain away, because Russell had already tried the obvious fix. For weeks after Silverstone, he'd been convinced the answer was in his own driving, that if he changed his approach, the gap would close. At Spa, he admitted that theory hadn't held up. "We thought it was in the driving style. We've finally concluded it's not. So if it isn't the driver, it's the car." Toto Wolff was asked directly why one Mercedes was faster than the other, and his answer wasn't especially comforting. "We've literally left no stone unturned," he said, which is Wolff's way of saying the team doesn't actually have an explanation. A car built to the same spec in the same factory, and nobody at Mercedes can tell you why it behaves differently depending on who's strapped into it. Russell had already said, before any of this, exactly how that feels from the cockpit. "When it feels like you are battling with one hand behind my back, it's a challenge." 3 days later, he was in the gravel at Les Combes, and the phrase stopped being a figure of speech. The numbers after Belgium tell the rest of it plainly. Antonelli sits on 204 points. Hamilton, who took advantage of the same incident to move up a place, is on 159. Russell has 154, third in the championship, and worse, third in his own garage's story, in a season where he was supposed to be the one pushing a rookie teammate for the title, not the other way around. None of that means it's mathematically finished. 12 races are left, and 341 points are still out there. Russell has come back from worse deficits than this within the same season. The run from Monaco to Silverstone proved he still has the pace to do it. But there's a difference between clawing back points and clawing back the feeling that this is still winnable, and Belgium cost him more of the second than the first. That's what makes his answer in the gravel worth paying attention to. Drivers who still believe they can win a championship usually find something to say, a plan for the next race, a reason it'll be different. Russell didn't have that. He had silence, and an admission that he didn't have the words. Hungary is next, before the summer break. If Russell can put together the kind of weekend he had in Austria, this is still a story about a comeback. If Antonelli extends the gap again, we'll know which version of this season we actually watched. If you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe so you can get the latest news and everything going on in the world of Formula One.